Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Lady Birds of AFN on Atlanta Falcons Nation. If you are new here, and I see everybody's kind of jumping in the chat, give you guys some shout outs in a minute. But in case you are new to the show, and of course, let me know if y'all can hear me. What's going on? What's going on? I see a couple of people in the chat. Let's give a shout out to Silk. He's first in the building. How you doing? What's up, Queen? Shot to the heart and you to blame. You give it love a bad name. I play my cards and you play your game. You got me into these paragraphs. You give love a bad name. You get some. What's going on, Will the Thrill? How are you doing? It says, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing, Will? Thank you for tuning in today. My sisters and legendary brother in red and black. I hope you are all doing a very well this evening. And I am. I am doing amazing. It was my birthday. In case people didn't catch it, it was my birthday. And but Geminis, we celebrate all week, all month. Okay. So I made up for my, I ain't gonna tell my age, but my milestone birthday, I didn't do much. uh, so now I'm 1 year plus. I was like, I really got to do it big for my birthday. So I'm still recovering, but you know how it is. What's going on? Jade McRiggins, and we got Make Way Sports. Okay, okay. But of course, if you're new to the channel, I'm just going to reintroduce myself. I'm Maggie T. I am the first lady of AFN, and of course, the CEO of Atlanta Falcons Nation, LLC. And I'm excited to be here with you guys. Karina, I see you, girl. All right, but we're going to go ahead. This is going to be a great show because we had to bring her back on. And I wanted to talk about some recent events that I was excited to see because it's like, I know him. Look at him. Look at him. I was like a proud parent when I seen him up there. So that was definitely exciting to see. And what I'm talking about, well, in case you guys don't know, we do have a special guest in the house. I'll go ahead and give a little introduction. And this man don't really need an introduction, but you know. So, with that being said, and just let me know, let me take this off the screen. Thank you, Karina. Happy birthday to me. Yes, ma'am. I'm excited. I'm still celebrating. I'm celebrating today because we have a special guest in the house. Thank you, Dirty Bird Love. I appreciate your shout outs. Y'all go ahead, Cash App it. You see the Cash App at the bottom. Show me some love. Well, we got the one and the only Michael Turner, the burner. And I know on the last show I asked him, where did he get that name from? He can probably tell us again. But he's always been just a legendary, even before I met him, just a legendary player that just he made the Falcons significant. And of course, we're similar in age, so it was like, hey, it's somebody kind of close to my age that I can connect to and everything else, and I just love it. So this is like my, because I've been a Falcons fan forever, but it's always very memorable players. Yeah, I know the burner. Just made an impact. And the fact that he's actually with the Falcons, in the media and everything else, that's exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this guy up, everybody, because, I'm excited about this conversation. 1 second. And let's go ahead and bring him in. Mike Turner.
Hey,
How's
how's it
it
going, Maggie?
going? How you doing?
Doing great. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited. I'm excited. Geminis, we party all month. And when is your
Yeah.
birthday, Mike?
February 13th.
February 13th. Y'all remember that. Lock it down, okay? Y'all got to
Yeah.
give a big shout out for his birthday. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. So how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Excited to be on the show and excited to talk to you once again. It's been a while, but we go way back. So not way back, but no, we've been connecting the last couple months or maybe
Right.
a year or so. So yeah, we good. We good people.
Yes, we are. And I,
Yeah.
I saw you on a certain thing. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip and then we're gonna talk about it. Because it was just a significant time, and I was like, oh my God, I'm excited. So give me your experience once this video plays.
Mhm.
Eyes up, baby. About just get the ball in their hands and let them go. He's got legit track speed coming out of high school, and it is quick hitters galore. We talk about average depth of target. That's about 0. I mean, they just spit the ball out to him, CD, and let him go.
That reminds me of Khalil Shakir and what he's doing in Buffalo right now. He's going to catch it short, and then he's going to make people miss. He's going to be one of the leaders in yards after catching the NFL. Branch has that same type of ability. Joel, you saw him out at USC before the transfer to Georgia.
Okay. So, with that being said, Turner, how did that? Now, the first question, how did the experience feel? Just to kind of give that announcement about, that pick and everything. Just how did that experience start? Who reached out to you? If you don't mind telling us, how did that happen?
The PR team for the Falcons, they reached out to me. They actually was interested in going to Pittsburgh and announcing the draft pick, and I said sure. Represent the Lady Birds. I didn't go to the draft and I got drafted, so I was like, this is probably my only shot to actually get on stage and go to the draft. Experience that moment and see the big crowd out there and the fans cheering, going crazy. So I was like, sure, yeah. It was a no-brainer for me to go out there.
Okay, so I'm glad you said that because I was kind of wanting to ask you about that because, compared to you being on stage for the draft, and I do remember this story, but if you want to, where were you then on your draft day? And, how was that experience now being there, announcing it? Was that just a humbling experience?
It was a humbling experience, yeah, of course. But during my year, I was at home. Not at the house. We had a draft party. Oh, for the first day we had a draft party, and the second day I was at home when I actually got drafted. But it was a nerve for me. My personal experience of draft weekend, or it was nerve wracking because you never know where he was going to go, where he's going to get picked. He's going to pack up and move and go somewhere. So, anywhere across the United States. So you have no idea where he's going to go. So I was kind of nervous about that. I never lived outside of Illinois at the time. I grew up in Chicago area. And I went to Northern Illinois. So, people was hoping I was getting drafted by the Bears, but yeah. But it is what it is. But I ended up in San Diego and I made the most of it.
So just the experience with San Diego, was it a culture shock for you? Because I know you said you wasn't outside of where you was at. So, just kind of doing that whole move away from your family and everything else to play in the NFL. What was that experience?
It was just like a growing experience, I would say. It didn't get to a culture shock to me till it got around Thanksgiving and Christmas, and it was still 75 degrees outside. So that was, I was like, this don't feel
mama
right.
Cooking too.
Mama and grandma cooking, and it was just like it just don't feel right. I'm used to seeing snow and having like cold weather around that time, and it was being 75 degrees on Christmas doesn't feel right at all.
You know what? But that's kind of how it is in Georgia. Depending.
Oh yeah, right.
We had Christmas and. We wearing t-shirts and cookouts and cookout sandals. That's just what we doing.
Right. So, yeah. By the time I got to Atlanta, I got used to the different the weather scenarios. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I love to hear that experience from you and everything else. So, I just thought it was amazing to see you there because it's like I've met him. He's been on the show. It's a blessing. It's an honor to have you back so we can hear a little bit about it. But my next question to you is now, because we are seeing that you are heavily, of course, now you have a podcast with Odie, that your show will be airing tomorrow.
Tomorrow we'll be airing. Yeah.
Okay.
And Believe Network, BLEAV, Believe in Falcons. It's on all major platforms. You can catch us tomorrow.
I'll go over there and subscribe. They have. I always go and see whenever they go. When they post it. Now I be loving when y'all go live. I know a lot of time it's pre-recorded, but when you're live and I can say, "Hey,"
yeah, we're gonna try to do more live this year. We're actually gonna try to get some locations, do live location spots this year. So be on the lookout for that.
Okay. And I wanted to bring one person up, and then we're gonna get into your involvement with the Falcons. But you actually got some pictures with this lady, Miss Karina. Are you ready with us? Okay, we'll make sure she's ready. Okay. Well, this Karina is our residential super fan, travel agent. She's everywhere. She travels with the team actually 100% perfect attendance to every single away. Three times. You can tell us a little bit about that, Karina. Away and home. Like, and then of course she's also still in the streets for Atlanta Dream. My goodness, it's just, go ahead, Karina. Go ahead and introduce yourself and just give me your experience with just kind of just being on stage with Michael Turner. Are you muted? You're muted.
There we go. I'm sorry, I had to mute. But I'm super fan Karina. I'm a huge fan of all ATL sports, but my heart belongs with the Atlanta Falcons. I'm just gonna say that. I go to any and everything they have. Some call me Miss Perfect Attendance, Smiley. Because now for 3 years I have been to every away game and every home game with our Falcons. I go to training camp. Now, and then this past year I went to the draft and I got to see Michael Turner. I was like, yes, I'm gonna be there. I did end up in the pit. Everybody was like, how in the world did you get down there? And with all the record-breaking numbers of fans that were out there, I made it down there and got to see him and some of the other super fans. And it was just a great experience. And I walked up to Michael Turner. I was like, hey, you remember me? And he was like, hey, you. Because I, of course, originally met him in a Dirty Bird's nest. And that's where that started. And then we would travel with I would travel with the Roswell Tour fan club. And then I would see him there. And then he would be signing autographs. He was like, you probably got plenty of these. I was like, yep, I do, but I still want one. You know. So it got to the point I didn't even just collect them. I was just going just to say, hey, just to show my love, because that's just me. Any former football players, current, whatever, I'm going to show love. If I see them, I'm going to show love, and you better not talk bad about them around me because I will tell you off.
Okay.
I appreciate that. And you was at the fundraiser too.
Yes. So
Big Bros, Big Sisters.
Yeah, so I haven't really made an announcement, but guess what? So I've been going through the process to be a big sister for the Big Brother Big Sister program. So I went to that event to support. I bought my ticket like the last minute, and the lady was like, well, you can make a donation or get a ticket. They're a little pricey, but it's for the kids. I was like, hey, I'm going. And so I've been going through the process for the past about 3 months, and I'm officially now a big sister. They are working now to pair me with a little, so I'm so excited to be being a mentor. And I told them, I said, it doesn't matter what child they pair me with, but I said, if they are a sports lover or a Falcons fan, they're going to be extra spoiled because I go to everything with the Falcons and they're probably gonna be right there with me. So if you see me with a little kid, that's gonna be my little for the Big Sister, Big Brother program. And it's an awesome thing to do. And of course I got to see Michael Turner there and Obi and some of the other players. So I was like, where are you at? You're with all the players. What's going off the Falcons? I said, no, it's a fundraiser. And I didn't know I was gonna see all of them, but hey, it happened like that. And I'm truly blessed because I get to volunteer and sometimes mix my love for the Falcons together and not even knowing it. So how cool is that?
Very cool. I might sign up be a little kid so you can be my big sister. take all them trips you take. I want to be with you.
Right. My plane ticket.
Look, like I said, it don't matter who they pair me with, but I'm just saying, like, and it's a long process. I'm gonna tell you now, if you want to do it, it's not like you just sign up and say, okay, yeah, I'm there. No, it's a lengthy process. And but I told them, I said, they said, oh, you're a super fan. I said, yeah. So if they happen to like the Falcons, we're definitely gonna bond, and they're gonna get all type of cool stuff because I have so much stuff I get from all the football players. Michael Turner, I got stuff from him, signed stuff. I got a whole bunch of stuff. So they're gonna be so spoiled. I'm so excited to be able to be a mentor and volunteer and do what I love, go to sports and support my Falcons.
Congratulations.
Karina. Congratulations, Karina. Definitely. Of course, we can't wait to see all your adventures with your child now. But I think it's beautiful. And I thank you for coming on with us for a second. But of course, I know you're gonna hang back with us for the Lady Birds. Following this interview, but I thank you. I just kind of wanted to bring you up because I know you was actually there with him live. So to experience that, I'm jealous. mind you. But
And
at
look,
least you.
thank you, Michael, for all. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was going to thank him. I wanted to thank you for always being, personable and approachable. Sometimes, some players can be like, hey, I'm busy, whatever. But every time I've seen you, I don't care if it was crowds or whatever, you always made time for us fans. And me being a super fan, that means a lot when players recognize us or acknowledge us, because sometimes, we go to a lot of things and they might not know who we are, but when you go and be like, hey, I seen you, I might not know your name, but I know who you are, or I see you supporting us. And I just wanted to say thank you for being that type of player who opens yourself up to us fans. That's commendable.
I think it means a lot. I know the effort y'all put in to make everything. So I make sure if I get a recognizable face or something like that, I'll make sure try to reach out to you. And if I can get to you, I'll get to you. But sometimes I can't, because everybody, it's crowds and things happen. But if I can reach out to you and get a picture or something, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it for you.
Thank you, Karina. We're gonna have you back up in a little bit, but go ahead and finish this up because we got more questions for Mr. Turner. We see the love in this. I would love to get over to and meet you guys. You truly come to mean so much to me. Thank you, Will. I appreciate that. And little us as content creators, we enjoy doing the same that you're doing, talking about the Falcons and traveling with the team. And now we would love for you to be a coach, but that's just my personal thing. I'm gonna ask you that. Would you ever be a coach if someone approached you?
If you someone approach you, yeah. I mean, yeah. I would like to see what it really takes to be a coach. Because I'm coachable. Well, I don't know how to like pass my message on to the next guy. I want to learn that process because it's not easy. It's not easy being a coach. People think it's just easy. You just got all these star players and just tell them what to do and they go out there and do it. No, it's more to it than that. And I would like to get the ins and outs of it and see if I would like to do it or not.
Okay, I'm telling you, that would be legendary. And of course,
yeah. It's an age gap. It's an age gap now. I think the guys will listen to me, respect me.
We need a couple of younger guys there that hang
in
with
their 20s. I'm in my 40s.
Out there on the field and practice with them, literally.
You're right.
I don't know if you got to oil your knees up, but
right. I gotta go out there and give me an example. Like
I know that, because I think it was Raheem. I think they tackled him. It was one of them coaches.
Raheem, he fell down. Yeah, he was like doing one-on-one drills and he like fell down or something. Yeah.
I'm like, see, you can't be out there doing all that because we're not of the age anymore where healing doesn't. You got a Band-Aid and your boo-boo is gone the next day. No, we recovering for about a month with injuries and things like that.
Right.
I appreciate that. But my question to you though, so now that we know that you have your podcast with OV, and I'm looking forward to your episode tomorrow, but how else are you involved with the Falcons today, and what are your thoughts on the current direction of the franchise under its leadership and coaching staff, including Matt Ryan?
Okay, I'm involved in ways like doing community service. I actually we just took a trip visiting the Army base and Marine base out in South Carolina and a base out in Georgia.
Okay.
Savannah. So I was out there with the troops and seeing some guys get enlisted, guys and gals get enlisted. That was a pretty cool experience. Y'all go see some footage on that later on. The Falcons will release all the footage that we had a great time doing that, spending time out there, just giving back. That's one of the ways we give back. Being involved with Arthur Blank, community is important. So that's a big deal with him. I just did a golf tournament with Ward Dunn. Yesterday. So
I saw that advertisement. I didn't know what it was. I thought he was giving another house away because every time I see you, he go live.
We raising money for that, so that's what helps fund those houses.
Nice.
those houses are not free, so he found ways to raise money. His foundation, and it was a big golf tournament. Seen a lot of who's of Atlanta out there. And I'm pretty sure his media team's gonna release stuff on that too. So I stay involved, and of course I cover the team with the podcast, and right now we're talking about the Falcons, and we're talking about how excited we are that Matt Ryan is back in the building, how much of a difference that's going to be. I think it's going to be a big difference because he knows what it takes to win, and he's been around when we had that winning era in Atlanta. He was like the main focal point. We started with me and him and Roddy and Tony. Then Julio came and the players just kept coming. We kept building, with winning seasons back to back, and they eventually went to the Super Bowl. Didn't win it. Don't like to talk about it, but he was there for that journey. That's the main thing. He was there for that journey. And he knows the struggle it takes to get there, and we just haven't been ourselves lately. So hopefully we bring somebody back, a familiar face that's gonna get the old ways back to winning football.
Matt Ryan's gonna get them set. Okay, that's
get them set.
He's out there on the field. Get a political correct.
Get them set.
But I like the fact that he's actually young because he's actually around my age, and I'm like, you're the president of a team. That's amazing. It's like, that achievement, but it was rightfully so his job because, of course, when he was doing media, he had the experience to, kind of watch and commentate for a lot of teams. And of course, the Falcons, he had some feedback about what he thought would help this team win. And of course, he's a quarterback. And of course, with this quarterback, we ain't even gonna get in that conversation because we played that out. So, but the quarterback situations we've been having for the past years, it's great to have an actual player that was winning on this team to get in those rookies' ears, or Penix returning, hopefully healthy, et cetera, knock on wood, but he's looking good. So, but I'm just glad to see Matt Ryan out there. And then, of course, I feel like in the past few years, I don't know, something, the direction, I don't know, it's the media, the team, or the coaching, Arthur Blank, but it just seems like it's a lot more of you goes to the practices on the field, mentoring, if you will. We saw some players, but not to this magnitude, especially of the winning team players. I felt that at some point, and I mentioned it before, that you weren't getting recognition for being a part of that, team. So it's great to see they honoring the legends and things like that, and all the things that you guys are doing. But I want to change it up a little bit. Let's kind of talk about the position you played. So, and of course, I know we drafted a running back, and it was fitting to announce. And so, and of course, Bijan Robinson. Let's talk about it. Just from a running back's perspective, what stands out most about Bijan and any like the rookie that's coming in and everything? How do you think these players can elevate the offense in 2026?
Well, Bijan, I don't know if words can explain how great he is right now, how even better he can get, which is scary in the future because he's going like fourth year coming up. So still young as far as football wise, and still got a lot to learn as far as going to another level, because every year you want to just elevate. And what stands out about him is his shiftiness, his versatility out the backfield. He can run and catch the football. I played with a guy like that in LT, LaDainian Thompson. So he reminds me a little bit of LT. They're not exactly the same, but they got the same type of play style a little bit. So I'm just excited that he's on the team, and he's worth the draft pick. We drafted him high, and people didn't understand it at the time because we had Tyler Algier, and Tyler did a great job for us. And we was like, "Why are we drafting Bijan?" But as y'all can see, y'all see why we drafted a guy like that, because he is special. He is a difference maker, and I just hope he just get better and better. What I can see him doing most, get better at, I don't know. It's probably just little things. Probably
he can only just get stronger. His stats and
pass blocking, maybe. I don't like call that blitz pickup, stuff like that. That's little things that can make him better. I'm pretty sure he's got a list of things that he likes to get better at too. And I like that he was hitting the home runs last year. Remember, he wasn't having the home runs before. But last year he picked that up. He started hitting them home run, long touchdowns that we need those explosive plays. Be more consistent at that because he's a dynamic player, and I just can't wait to see him play this year.
Yeah. So, and of course, I think he's starting to. You can be he's already a great talent, but starting from rookie year, you're getting adjusted to the game. You're learning the coaching staff, and of course, he's already just great at what he does. So he just came out the gate already being amazing. But I feel as you're getting used to the practices, you're getting used to the team, because they pretty much tried to keep the team kind of intact for the most part, maybe a few pieces here and there, coaching situations, but overall, he's just remained to be that same player. So I just feel like, over time, now you know what you're doing. So it's like, now how can I elevate that skill? Of course, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. How can I duck and dive and get in between? And, so it's after this point, it's kind of like playing Madden. You become an expert at it. Now you over there killing it. Year 5 playing Madden. There's all these Madden, fantasy people over here thinking that, they know some football, but
right.
So, but any other running back that's current on the Falcons or anyone in the league that you just feel that I could say has maybe remind you of you.
Well, we always talk about the Tyler Algier comparisons. That's one that was a given. I'm sad to see him move on to Arizona. But I'll just wish him much success out there. It seems like he's going to be in the same situation that he was in here because they drafted a running back at number 4. So I want to see how that plays out. But I think he's going to be good. He got a good future ahead of him. Nick Chubb is one of my favorite guys. I think similar style. There's not many power backs in the league anymore. It's like Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, maybe Kenneth Walker. Put him in there. I can't think about anybody else that's kind of like my kind of built it, whatever, and the way I ran. But it's just a lot of backs out there now. But it's like two platoons. Like it's not many workhorses like it was when I played. So.
That's why you got the name Turner to Turner.
Yeah. It's just a different game now, and it's more less wear and tear on the backs. And but it's a lot of talented guys, but they just split the time. And I don't know if I would have liked this era, but it is what it is. But I'm just excited for Brian Robinson Jr. the signing here that we got. That's a sleepy pickup that we got in free agency this year. So look out for him. I hope we use him more than we use Tyler. Because I don't think Tyler got enough burn last year, but hopefully Brian can relieve Bijan a little bit more than Tyler did last year.
Okay, all right, thank you for that. So of course, you've seen running backs come and go, and I was always curious with the current staff now. Do you see anybody currently? And I'm glad you said Tyler Algier, and I agree. I definitely agree with that. Now let's kind of get into. Just briefly into the current roster. We talked about the running backs just a little bit. Just looking at the Falcons as a whole. I guess just what are your expectations for this team? And do you believe that we have what it takes to make a playoff run this season with, let's just say, either way, whoever is under center, the quarterback, and they're balling. We're not gonna predict nothing, but let's just say we have a healthy, unconcussed.
Somebody healthy on the center. I think we always had a talent. We've been yelling, winning the NFC South for the past couple of years, and we've just been let down every year. It's been a long time since we've been in the playoffs. So I don't want to put pressure on the guys, but I like this new coaching staff, Kevin Stefanski. I finally got to meet him the other day. It seems like a great coach, great demeanor. I think all the players are buying into him. They seem to love him. Okay. Besides all the negative press that he was getting, when he's coming here. But it's all about the team. Does the team respect him, or are they going to show up for him each and every week? And I think they are. And with Matt Ryan here in the building too, that's going to help a lot. So we'll see. We got the talent. We just got obviously we got things we need to get better at, and that was part of that was coaching. Part of that was players making mistakes, mental errors, and things like that. So we just got to sharpen our swords every week and get better. I guess we can't listen to the hype because maybe we was just hyping the team up too much, and they thought they was just good and they just show up and play and they was going to win. But now they know they got to work for it. Now it's hard to get in the playoffs. So I hope
Right.
these guys that's got a few years under their belts, they realize that now. It's not about having talent. It's all about going out and work. We can't be losing to teams like the Jets, you know,
The Panthers, the way that we lost.
and the Panthers. See, the Panthers made a run. So Panthers kind of ahead of us. They made the playoff. They won the South last year, and nobody expected them to do that. So we got some things to work on. So we can't overlook anybody. We got work to do.
Right. I agree. And of course, I know I'm going to reiterate what you said on you and Ovi's show, just about practice. Preseason. And getting a little reps in preseason for all the players just to kind of get that experience just a little bit, because I do feel like that honestly affected the players just a bit, especially if we had the significant games to start at game opening, and it's like who we playing. So I think our players need to kind of get out there and get it even if it's not long, so we can keep them healthy. I get it, as long as we stay out of Miami's field and not get hurt.
Right.
So I just feel like I feel like the Stefanski and it's going to be a whole ball game, because Matt Ryan was in the door, first in the door, last the one to leave, coming in the wide receivers, running back meetings, like he was heavy involved. So it's going to be one of those you playing, however you going to play, you're playing.
Right. So we'll see. We're going to get things together. So it was just a lot of dysfunction going on in this organization the past couple of years. So I think hopefully we got everything straight now.
Right. That's right. So we're going to go ahead and move it along here. And we appreciate y'all hanging in with us. And I'll get to y'all comments in a minute. So, but thank you, Michael, for just hanging with us. So my next question with you is, of course, we're going to talk about your meeting. We're going to get back into your podcasting. So what has the experience kind of just getting into now, coming off the field from playing the game to actually now talking about it and hosting your own podcast on it? And I guess, where are you going with this podcast? Where do you see yourself with this one? Are we going to see you syndicated somewhere? That's what we're hoping, sponsorships. Because y'all got to rally behind these former players, because they're the ones that played the game. I think, y'all can listen to little old me, but I didn't put on the pads and play. I just watch and critique based on what I can research and find and watch. But you've played the game. So how has the experience been for you?
It's been great. When I'm out in town, people talk to me about football all the time. So it's just like doing that, like I'm at the bar or something talking football. But it's like, I just like to reach. It's like a bigger reach out to people, though, because people want to kind of like to hear my perspective on things. So that's new and different for me. And right now we partner with FanDuel, and you can see us on DirecTV on the FanDuel, the little network they got there on TV sometimes. Because the Believe network is big. It's a growing platform, and the sky's the limit for us. So I don't know what's the end. So I'm just gonna keep taking it like one day at a time, having fun with it, and just keep it moving.
Now, let me ask you this question: would you ever consider kind of doing, for the syndicated channels like CBS, or replacing Matt Ryan? Have you ever thought about that?
No, I haven't thought about that. I'm just focused on this part right now.
Right. I like this better, where you kind of have the open platform to kind of just talk how you want to talk, instead of
it's more of a free schedule too. So if I do that, that's more of a strict thing. I got to do this on this time. With a podcast, and we can, how it is. You can do it one night, cancel one night, just do it the next day. You can play around with the schedule a little bit.
Okay. All right. And last question I have for you before I let you go, then of course we want to thank you again. But it's the same thing for me. I just like this free form type of platform, and I, especially with all the networks are now streaming, because that's just what's popular. COVID changed up a lot of things for how we get our sports talk. So I'm appreciative. It opened up a platform for me, and I enjoy every bit of it. But when Falcons fans think of Michael Turner, so I like to ask this question, as far as just your wonderful, amazing career. And it can be, doesn't even have to be your legacy as an Atlanta Falcon or anything that you was doing as far as sports, just anything, period. What message would you like to leave with the Falcons Nation heading into 2026. Just basically messages, like anything inspiring, anything encouraging you can kind of give to people that maybe want to kind of get into what you're doing, how you became a football player, just anything you can give feedback to.
Man, love what you do, love who you represent. And when I came to Atlanta, I love representing y'all in that field. Y'all was the fans. Y'all was driving me out there to go out there and play and show up week in and week out. And I want to play hard for y'all. More like of course, I'm the teammates and everything, but I feel like the city deserve a winning team because y'all. It hasn't been a lot of winning seasons before 2008. So we wanted to change that direction. I think we did that, and that's the legacy I wanted to leave. Like we laid that foundation down of some winning football in Atlanta. Like Falcons equals winning, So we won't be the pushovers anymore, not the bottom of the divisions anymore, and not having these like one-hit wonder seasons and go right back to the bottom. We want some consistency in this organization. I think we laid a great foundation for that. We fell off, like I said, we fell off a little bit the past couple of years, but hopefully we back, And the season has been terrible. We've been winning 8 games now, but it ain't like we be going 4-12. Well, yeah.
I mean,
we
have
get past the 8-game hump
every year. So I'm gonna need for no one to make any announcements that we coming for the South. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna do what we need to do and compete because honestly, in the draft, speaking of draft, we talked about that earlier. The South have kind of I kind of felt that they were looking at what the Falcons was picking. It's like, oh, let me go ahead and beef up and grab because of the Saints. I was like, they don't have any money, what are they over there doing? But I mean, honestly, the South is not the league that everybody feels has competition at this point because all the teams have kind of struggled to kind of win that South and be competitive and make it into a playoff run, get past game 1 of the playoffs. And we're still trying to get to the playoffs, win the South and everything else. But with that being said, I definitely thank you for just giving those positive words. And I know you got some obligations to get to, but I thank you for just taking your time to come out and speak to us today. And of course, people that got questions in the chat, I can send it to him if he wants to answer them. And I can give you some replies back. If you want to do that, Michael, that way, so I don't want to ignore the fans and everything else, but of course, I appreciate you. So let us know, what time is the show airing tomorrow? Or is it kind of sporadic?
It sounds sporadic. So we'll finish up. We'll record tonight and just post it tomorrow sometime before noon.
Okay, so y'all go on over to that channel and make sure that because of course it has a lot of the shows on there. So check out everybody that's on there making that channel great. But definitely
put the alert on.
Put the alert on, definitely, so you won't miss it. So every time they come on, because I'm telling you, when y'all go live and be right in that chat. Saying hey, because I like the live. I know that's hard to do with busy schedules, but it's great to be able to interact with you guys and you respond back and things. And of course, all the beautiful people that you have on your show, like the former players and things like that. But on that note, thank you again for coming. Of course, you're more than welcome. If you want to hit me up and say, hey, I'm bored. Come on. I like, I got nothing else to do. Or I'm just going to put it out there. If you ever need a little old me, Atlanta Falcons Nation, on your show, talk some time with you.
Yeah,
I'm shooting my shot right now.
I promise you, we're gonna have a couple of y'all ladies on this year, sometime during the season, because we're looking for a fan's perspective and fan guests to come on the show. So it'd be great. It'd be great to do a collaboration with you guys.
Okay. See, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just got to put it out there. But thank you.
Closed mouth don't get fed.
Right. We'll appreciate you guys. Everybody put the red and black in the chat and the claps and everything else. Thank you. He said, McWay Sports said he's already subscribed to the channel. And I know it's quite a few people that do. If you're not following, please follow. And all their social media platforms, they're very active in the community and things like that. I've seen them in training camp and everything. But thank you. Enjoy your night. And of course, look forward to seeing that video of the charity and everything that you guys were doing. I'm looking forward to that.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you.
You're welcome. You have a great one.
Rise up.
Rise up. All right, everybody. That was great. That was great. Let me go ahead and I think my screen is it's freezing. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and bring Miss Karina back up here. I don't know what StreamYard decides to do. I'm froze. Okay. StreamYard likes to do whatever it does. Karina, are you with me?
I am. I'm here.
Okay, technical snack, but hey, at least we got through the interview for the most part. So I thank Michael Turner, and of course, I definitely would. That would be amazing to get on his show and talk with Ovi, and because actually I went to I don't know if he was there, Karina. It was I know Miss Pam was there, and a couple of the Atlanta Falcons Nation fans. They did like I believe watch party, one of the games that was playing at
I was
Twin
at
Peaks.
I was out of town at one of the games. Yep, I was
Okay.
out of town. I remember that.
Right. Thank you guys. Thank you for giving me the compliments and everything else. But yeah, that was an honor just to kind of sit there and be invited personally to sit upstairs with them in the special section. And just being able to chop it up and watch the game and scream and yell and it had some very legendary other former NFL players. So it was just kind of like, wow, I'm amongst some greats here. So coaches, all that, it was amazing. I do hope they actually do that again. Definitely. So, and of course, I like that they're going to be starting to do a lot more lives. That's going to be great because I do like the fans be able to interact. That's why I like to do lives because we like to see the audience reactions. And of course, anybody that put some questions and things in the chat, I'm going to save them and I'm going to send it to him. And then of course, we can do like a mailbag where I can kind of put that comment, and if you want to answer to it, we'll highlight it on our next show. Okay. So I'm gonna come in and try to get some screenshots of these soon. But definitely thank you again, Turner. How about some of the fellas on the show? Well, he wants to get the ladies on the show first, but he will definitely have the fellas on there as well, but because he wants to get the fans' perspective. But I'm first, okay? Okay, then y'all can follow next. I don't care what they do after that. But Maggie T is gonna be first on the ducket, okay? So Karina, let me go ahead and tell the ladies they can go ahead and join us. But hey, fans, how y'all doing? Jay Riggins, he said, great show. Thank you, Burner. Definitely, I love it. It was definitely a great interview. With that, let's kind of get into it. I'm gonna let the ladies know they can go ahead and join, so we can kind of get into some conversation. So, you recently went to it was like a fashion show recently with players and things like that.
Yes, it was called the Fashion 7. It's the fundraiser for the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. This is the 7th year they've had it. I didn't know anything about it until I started volunteering and doing different things and started going through the process, and that's how I found out about it. And so that's how I got to be there and see all the celebrities. They had mostly Falcon players there, past and present, and then they had some folks that were with Atlanta United, Atlanta Hawks, and Atlanta Dream. Yeah, Atlanta Dream. Yeah, so it was all different groups, but majority were like football players. And so they were all just mingling. We were out there eating and talking, and it was funny because about majority of them knew who I was. So they're like, "Oh, you're a super fan, or you're the Smiley," because a lot of them call me Smiley, and then some call me the dancer, and then some say, "Hey, you go to every single game." So yeah, it was cool because I was there with Ardelia. She was there, the one that's over the Lady Birds nest, and I thought it was real cool and a neat way to raise funds for kids, So, and they had things you could auction off. They had helmets, all type of things. I think they had a Penix helmet. They had a Drake helmet. Most of the helmets they had for auction I already had, and the jerseys. I was like, I already have all those.
So you just collect now, because you said you got like a whole box of just stuff.
Yes, I have I have the big helmets. I have one from AJ Terrell. I have one from Drake. I have I have one from Penix. Let's see. I got about probably like 6 helmets, 2 big ones, and 4 small ones. Yeah, might be 6 small ones and 2 big ones. Then of course jersey signed, photos signed, pictures. I don't. A lot of people like to get signatures. I'm one who likes to get pictures. I mean, because you can,
Right, you
you
can
know, I
say
mean,
that it's a memory.
yeah,
You can hang up picture. You can autographs. There's so much space you can put those things. Like you said, it's starting to become in your storage and everything else. But pictures, that's lasting memories.
yeah.
And then you can go back and say, hey, you remember this time? You can share that and show that. And then of course, now you're a mentee. I think that's amazing. So, it's you can talk about these things. And that's why I brought Karina on originally, because the day in the life of a super fan is hard work. Being there, and I see some of the ladies are coming in, being there for every single thing. How do you do it?
You know what? I do have a job. People don't think I work, but I work. I do work. I'm a district area manager for Wendy's. So I do work. I have I have 6 stores and about 200 plus employees. So it takes a lot of team effort. I will say that. But the traveling, like when draft day comes, or I mean, when they release the schedule, a lot of times my Falcon sisters, we usually have like a schedule release party, and literally I'm booking for the whole season through my Marriott account, and then I'm trying to figure out, which tickets I can go ahead and get if I find a good deal for them. That part is easy. The hard part is sometimes when they have the schedule and you have all these away games back to back to back. So like for instance, last year one week I went from New Orleans to Colorado to Minnesota, then back home for a game, and then I was going to Berlin. I think whatever them 2 weeks were going on for the away games, it was literally back to back. So I really didn't. I was coming home to change suitcases, and then I was going back out.
Speaking of changing suitcases, we got a special lady in the house too, finna getting ready to join us, because she's not local to Atlanta, but she packs her suitcase sometimes and head to the games. Apparently, she's actually going to New Orleans.
Yay!
And I definitely plan on trying to be there myself if things align right. I would love to be there. I probably just do like a little turnaround trip, because I don't got no PTO, people. I just don't have no time. So I'm just go travel in, travel out. But Sandra, what's going on? What are you doing?
Hey.
Right. I love that jersey you got on. Is that the I can't tell. I don't know. These jerseys are different. Is that the newer one, or
it's the one before?
Okay.
Before the new ones.
Okay, right. And I got the new one, but I put it on maybe once or twice, but it's not football season yet, so I ain't really brought that in. And I actually want to I got white, and I think I want to get another color.
Was that Bates?
Yep. I had Bates.
You know what? After my volunteer to Habitat for Humanity, he was there. And after spending the day with him and getting to have lunch and sit down, and he was on my Facebook Live and we took pictures, I love him even more. And then the fact that when I came around the corner, because someone said, I think Bates coming here. And I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to find him. And when I walked around the corner, he said, hey, you. And they were looking like, yeah, like he know you. He was like, yo, she go to every single game. She be at every game behind the Falcons. She come and support us. So they look like he know who you are. So he was like, let's go and get our picture for everybody start coming over here. So that's when I got my picture, and then we had lunch, and I was on Facebook, and he was like, rise up. Yeah, we out here volunteering and giving back to community. And that day we had to do I think it was 25 homes for Habitat in 5 days. And one of those days he came there to volunteer. So each day they had different people come out there. And that's the same day I got to sit with the mayor. I mean, who's the thing? I'm sitting there with, the mayor at a table, and we're taking selfies. How cool is that? That day I was in heaven.
Karina, I want your autograph. How about that? I want your autograph. Because you're the celebrity. Like when
No,
I
but
hang out with Karina, even though people do recognize me as well
it,
when I'm out.
it's you.
Um,
No, don't do that. Mm-mm.
right.
You're
Let me
popular.
not be so humbled, you know.
Yes,
But
they know.
I just know that Karina it's definitely going to get a photo op wherever I go.
That's
They
how
just
we ended up
love
on a
her.
404 day. 404 day, we were to dance and we cutting up. That's it. Look, there they go. We dancing. we on the page, on the
Yeah,
Falcons
like
page.
this is what we do. So this is how you get, them involved. So you're looking for the camera. They go to camera. Come on. We're gonna move and look this way so they can get that picture. So it's a way. There's an art to getting into Falcons media, trying to be there first, pushing up in the front of the line so you can
And
be
I'm
at the
always in the
front,
front. I'm
finding
always in the
folks
front.
that looking for folks like, hey, where you at? Oh, I'm in on this side on this. Okay, well, we walking over there.
I'm over here.
And you know what, Sandra, you got to just let us know when you come in town.
I will.
That'd be great. All right. Are you going do you ever go to training camp?
I want to this year.
Come on. You're
Come
coming.
on.
Come on.
So she's there all week. I'm there for the weekend. On the weekend.
They're up
All week.
4:00 in the morning in the line. Her and Eric.
Yes, with
Right.
Eric in our
See, I'm gonna have
chairs
to do
sitting
that
there.
too. I'm gonna have to get there with Eric and get the DeMario pictures because they be first one at the gate. The sun not even up.
It
They
is
ready to
not.
go. They be camped out.
Got a chair, water, got everything. Change your clothes if we need to change. If you get too hot, our snack bag, everything. Yes, we be ready.
Right.
Ready.
Got my bucket hat. I'll bring that.
Please, bucket hat, and please have you a fan because I bought the Falcons little rinky dink thing they had that was plastic and it's supposed to be water. And I was like, this is doing nothing. Appreciate the towels, the cold towels they gave us to put us around our neck. And of course, plenty of water and things like that, and the food trucks. But ladies and gentlemen, it's hot. It's hot
extra
at
hot.
training camp. It's extra. Miss Pam said she's not going to stand downstairs. Like what Pam does, she's kind of smart. They have a tent up top, up on the hill where they're a little, sheltered and covered up. And then she see that the players are walking up. She said, okay, I'm coming down now. So, so that's her strategy. And then she'll just look for us and it's like, where y'all at? Okay, come on, Pam, come on. We got to fight kids to get between things, but we're going to make sure that the Lady Birds are up front, even if we got to go find Big Low in them or Mario and Eric Parker, all shoot, it's so many people. I can go on and go on and go on. We have some dedicated fans.
And it paid off. That's how we got the picture with Matt Ryan. Everyone can't say they had a picture of Matt Ryan at training camp. We have it. We got it.
You know what? I actually wish that we could find out who took those pictures because they only put one out there. We got several. We had several, but it's still an honor because that's. And I even said it. I don't know if I don't remember if you remember. I was saying it. I was like, or maybe I was thinking it, but I just remember he had him and the Ice Cubes out there, and we were just talking about how he had his clipboard. The boys looking, they're watching practice, and I was like, I don't know, just something feels. You know what I'm saying? Like you standing here like this, just take it all in. I said, is this a prediction to what could come? And the fact that we was able to call the Ice Cube, well, we utilized the Ice Cubes. It was a strategy. It was like Ice Cubes, right. They wanted to play that Ice Baby. They played that a couple of times, and it was the whole section and over there just Matt Ryan, Ice Cubes, and he kept looking. He kept looking. It's like I'm watching practice. He kept looking, and then the lady was like, "Come on, come on!" So he came over there. We was like, "Yeah." Like a big kid, and he stood there. Tyler Algier, all the other players that just came in and just gave us love. This one thing, if you haven't experienced Flowery Branch, you got to training camp because after the practice and everything, even though now last year's practice they was tussling, they was aggressive, it was fights and people showing their toughness.
It was Pierce and oh my God, the guard that we drafted.
You talking about the fight? Who was it?
restaurant.
Right.
I remember that. I don't even know. I don't even remember what happened, why they were fighting. All I know is that,
I mean, it's competition,
yeah,
and it's hot and humid, and you want to be the better player. And of course, they do drills and one-on-ones, and they do different things where who catches the ball better, who does that better. Look, said Sandra as the female Stephen A. Hilarious. I love it. I love it. And I appreciate y'all just really tuning in to us today. I know we have been missing in action for the last couple of weeks, but it's my birthday month. And I'm
Ooh, we are
also just kind of
partying.
commercial break. In case people haven't been following my social media. I have been I'm like Karina, extremely busy, but more in the event planning and hosting part of things and sports media. So just a big announcement. Um, I am now officially partnered with KB Sports Media. Now they're with 100.9 The Blaze. And honestly, ladies, I actually got an opportunity to
that's so
get on because we was hosting a watch party at Urban Pie. I'm basically we're hosting all the Atlanta Dream watch parties. Then of course I will be going back to doing my Falcons watch parties, Hawks watch parties. I'm going to extend it to all sports, but specifically at Urban Pie, it's more about women's sports, WNBA. But it's a bar, though, that you can go. So it's not just like, okay, you're not allowed because you're a man, even though we have another restaurant that is catered just to women sports. But we do highlight women's sports more because there aren't bars you can go to where there's a WNBA game playing. Let's just keep it real. Or you got to have it on the little small TV in the corner, while by the kitchen. You getting bumped by the waitresses because it's like we don't want that on our screen. We want the NBA game on. So I just commend any restaurants, Urban Pie and Kirkwood. Lisa, the owner, actually they're hosting a watch party tonight. With KB Sports. I just had to do this interview tonight, so I would have been there. But y'all come check me out. Check out my social media, Maggie T Productions, and I'll announce some bigger things. I told the ladies in the background, but you may see Maggie T somewhere syndicating on another platform, a part of KB Sports Media. That's in the works, but I ain't gonna tell you where and how until it's all going. But your girl is trying to get into like media. I mean, I do content creating and everything else, but I'm really, really trying to brush up my media game. So interviewing players. Actually, I want to go check out Muhammad Sanu's practice facility and get some get some footage of that and things like that. So I'm branching out, folks. I'm definitely branching out. So I'm excited about
Congrats.
this. I guess nobody else is jumping on with us tonight, but so Sandra, is there anything because I've been a busy bee, so I really haven't seen I haven't really caught up with all the news.
yeah.
And then Karina, is there anything that you want to kind of bring up that we can talk about right now? And then of course, chat, if y'all want to throw some things and some topics, this is
Drake.
how we're going to do this.
Drake London's contract.
Drake. Yes.
Right. Well deserved.
Yes.
I was wondering when they was going to get it done. And I'm glad because he's just an amazing guy, and he's only going to get better. He takes his job seriously. His it's just the way he interviews. You could just tell he is passionate about the position. He's passionate about his teammates. He's passionate about leading. He's a people person in public. You can just tell when a player really enjoys the team they're playing for.
He has the aura.
He does.
Yes.
He does. He's a light skin.
He said
us light skinned people, we're special.
Same as with giving back to Atlanta. He's going to start doing that now. I don't know if you saw that. I'm really excited. He's going to start giving back to Atlanta, like doing what Karina does.
Oh, okay. And speaking of doing what Karina does, I want to bring this up, Karina, because you said that you do have a lot of things. And of course, we have launched our Lady Birds of AFN's social club. We're still working out the kinks on how to get the app and everything ready so y'all can go ahead and join and be members and everything else. So just bear with us. In the meantime, just follow us and find us in the street, and you can just deem yourself a ladybird. But eventually you'll be able to be a part of an amazing social group where we're gonna always have just some. I want to do my biggest thing right now is, since that ladies are now being a lot more vocal in sports, especially football. That's pretty much my first love. I want to host like a football camp for women that may not know football, as far as the X's and O's, and have some experts and things to come in, and of course we can all sit there and watch film, learn about the game. For those that just you're a cheerleader, but it's like, I don't know what's going on here, I'm just here because my husband's here. But this can encourage more women to actually, because sometimes they want to throw weddings on Sunday, and we finna go hiking on Sunday, and and that fella, and not even just Sunday, Monday, Thursdays, I think now Wednesdays, Saturdays. It's football all year, sweetie. That's why I give my significant other a count. I'm going to be giving my significant other a calendar. It's like, between the dates of this and this time, don't ask me to go anywhere that it doesn't have a TV on, or I'm doing something. Period.
Period. Snap, whatever y'all want to do, that part. I told my family, I said, I can't plan nothing right now until the schedule releases. Now, when it drops, if you want to invite me to something, look at the Atlanta Falcons schedule. And as long as you don't see me going out of town or in town for a game, you can invite me. But if you invite me or plan something on them dates, I'm going to miss it. Sorry, but not sorry. I will FaceTime
in
you.
Advance. Okay.
I will FaceTime you and be there in energy on FaceTime or whatever you want to do it. But I'm not missing my games.
Yeah. Same. Morning, early.
And Aries Falcon, what did you miss? You missed the turn of the turner.
Yes.
Yeah, you missed
it. He was the man. But of course, it's the first 30 minutes of the show. So you definitely go back and rewind and watch that. It's definitely was a great interview. Got a little bit of insight about just what he's doing with the team currently, just about his draft experience, current, announcing it, and the fact that he didn't have a draft experience to be able to be on the stage and actually announce that pick. And then it was a Georgia Bulldog, mind you.
And I got to see it in person.
And Karina got to see it in person and actually was able to get some snaps of pictures with him. And he's just meeting him. Like I said, we was at Twin Peaks for a private event with them. Just a humble him, Ovi, Keenan Forney. It was a lot of people in that meeting. And it's funny, I've had every last one of those players on the Atlanta Falcons Nation podcast. So if y'all go back and look at these interviews now, don't judge how the quality and all that was back then. That was COVID, different type of phones and stuff, but go back and just rewatch a lot of these interviews. And then of course I like to rewind and bring them back. So, hey, big head, what you doing? I like to bring them back. So, you did, Aries, but he actually said, I shot my shot, everybody. In case you're late to the show, I asked him, I said, hey, because I was like, we would love, you're more than welcome. Just hit us up when you're bored. If you ever want to come on the show, because, I want to just bring him on so he can just come in and just talk with us without just being an interview. But I definitely want to get another interview with them this time. But I will bring him back for the panel because I love the panel that him and Ovi has with the former players and everything else. And that they're going to be going live so we can interact. But hopefully one of those lives is going to be, I shot my shot and said, hey, I want to join you guys for the show one of these days. Let me know. Maggie T wants to be a part of that, but he did say that he actually wants to open it up to the fan perspective, and I think that's a great concept because we get it from the players' perspective, and of course that's a little bit more experience, expertise. So I value their opinions more than just a Madden player fan that can tell you how to run a team, and we call them our couch coaches. So But to be on there would be an honor. So I'm definitely going to hold him to that. Whenever they start that up, Maggie T will hopefully be a part of that comment, that show. So, but I appreciate everybody just kind of watching in and giving the compliments about the show. If you are new here, please hit the subscribe button, the alert button, and all that, so you won't miss a notification. I think I'm good for Tuesday. We will be back next week, but like I said, this is the off season. So we don't want to tire ourselves out talking about the same stuff. So this is where I invite content creators. I call it the super fan series. If you want to be on the show, because this is kind of like an invite only. We do have fan appreciation nights, but it can get a little. I've had to block people coming on these shows being disrespectful to the women on this channel. And you guys know how protective I am of the ladies. Okay. So I will fight and bust you in the eye and then smile at you and look pretty.
And I'll
So
back her up.
right. So, go away, sir, with your creepy self. So, so there's respect over here. And I'll just say this, the respect had to be earned though. Coming into this is year 6 for the Atlanta Falcons Nation podcasting that I'm doing. And then of course, I run a group, Atlanta Falcons Nation, on Facebook. That's 19K, and I'm still can't get to 20. Falcons fan, find me on social media. Go to Atlanta Falcons Nation group and request. I'm trying to get to 20K before the season, because we can get to 20K on Atlanta Falcons Nation, as well as comment, share, like. I know it's the off season. Y'all sleep right now because, you can watch a WNBA game. You got the NFL NBA finals. You got sports, but get in there and keep talking, okay? Because we still excited about our birds and all the but definitely, if you want to be a part of just the commentary, am I freezing?
Well, you just skipped
okay.
up a bit. Now.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw my screen was kind of jacked up. But you know what? I can say we're having a better StreamYard day, everybody. Yay. I think so. But you go way back, Maggie. I'm also part of that group, right? And I can't tell you how old that group is, to be honest. And it actually started off where it was a whole bunch of other admins that was part of that group. And then the main person of that, he was just like, yeah, too much for me. I think I'm going to school or some of the sort, and left me high and dry with a group by myself. And I just like, what do I feed it? What do we do here? But it grew into, I started bringing in other admins because it's like, I can't do this by myself because y'all crazy. I've had to cuss out quite a few fans about their little passionate selves about stuff they're wrong about because they saw something play on Madden, F1, and they thinking that this is how real football is. I'm an expert and I know how the Falcons should run this team and Matt Ryan nights and all that. That group, it's calmed down quite a bit. I can say that. But I love y'all fans, but y'all give me headaches on these admin stuff because I'll so, but still go over there, show some love to Atlanta Falcons Nation group, and click that follow and all that on all my social media platforms. You never sleep, I know.
Talking about sleep. What is sleep?
I know.
Haven't had much.
Right, because Miss Karina was out and about in the streets with me for my birthday celebrations. We went to brunch. We went to parties. She went to 5Ks. She did
Two of
that.
them.
She was
Two of them.
This.
Did you have fun?
Huh?
Have fun?
Oh yes, I had fun, and then I did not one but 2 5Ks this past weekend. Yeah. Then I was trying to be a big girl, doing that, but I didn't want to cancel either one, and both were important to me, so I didn't want to give up one for the other, so I just did both of them.
Okay. And I got the comments on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm having a hard time clicking on some of these things. I I mean, we got the audio together, but the chat is doing whatever it's doing. So, I mean, I give and take. I'll take, as long as our audio is not going out. We can have a show. We'll deal with the comments. So, but I got on the screen so y'all can see yourselves, talk amongst yourselves. I'm not ignoring you. It's just I'm trying to scroll up and back, and it's just not being the greatest. And Karina, because you did meet KB or Lakeisha with KB Sports Media, and I think, and I'm going to say this, and I'm announcing this now. Once we kind of get into the details of my part of that channel, she mentioned she would love to do like a special about you. We need and of course, I know you're humble and it's like, whatever. It's just, I'd love to do this, but we need, the day in the life of Miss Karina. What is the life of a super fan? And where did this begin? Why did you do it? Your weight loss journey, because you're moving. I want to be able to be the one to interview you on that network eventually, and highlight you. So I'm gonna call you out eventually and get you in front of a camera for real, where we can get to know the lady in all the pictures at all the everything, like just every. I mean, I'm surprised you ain't in Taco Bell commercials, and I mean, where you go to eat at. I'm surprised anybody that's doing this. Like, it's Karina, y'all. It's Karina. It's her.
And
this is who you are. You're a celebrity.
Yeah.
I just like to have fun. I'm one of the ones, you can see me. I don't, if I see you and I'm dancing, I don't even know you, we can be dancing together. I'll be your friend. And, as long as you got positivity, we can hang. But once you start with all that negative or them different type of vibes that, is not for me, I'm going the other way. But anywhere I go, it don't matter. Like I said, I went to the Pride 5K and I'm just a dancing. Didn't even know I was going to be on TV. I was just having fun. The lady said, "You just seem so happy." I said, "This is me every day." This me. And it is. My employee said the same thing. It was like, "Do you ever have a bad day?" I'm like, "Heck yeah, I'm having one now, but you'll never know it." Because life is short. And I've learned you got to enjoy it. You got to live it. And whatever you're going through, you got to get through it and keep pushing on. Because it's easier just to, hide and go away. But, sometimes you got to face things and just go through it. And I've learned from being raised with my father, who's a single parent father, by the way, who raised me on his own. I've learned that, hey, I've been very fortunate and blessed. And a lot of folks are like, "Why do you volunteer? Are you trying to get credit for stuff?" No, I do it because I've been blessed and I've met a lot of people, and things could have been a lot worse for me in the past, but because of my father, I've been exposed to so much good in the world that's my way of giving back. I don't have any kids, so that, me volunteering and being with the kids and homeless and senior citizens and all different things, that's just, my way of, I guess, thanking my father, because he's big on giving back and loving. And so that's what I do. And sports, that's my way to woosah, I guess. Yeah. So, and I have fun.
I think being, because I do, because I'm very transparent. Everybody, if you don't know, I am a certified mental health coach. And of course, I got into it because of my own mental health. If people don't know, I ain't quite right up there sometimes. And I'm a Gemini, as well as, my daughter, she also struggled with some things because it's hereditary family. And I actually was her advocate throughout the hospital stays, all of that. So it's like I have firsthand experience to someone that has like a severe mental health issue. And what I told her, because it was to a point where they almost told me, it was like, she's not going to be able to come home. But I prayed, talked to the doctors. I was in everybody's face asking questions: what you giving her, what you doing, what you saying. She would call me when she wasn't there, but she heard my voice and she say, "Am I doing a good job, Mom? You're doing great." And don't let your mental health define you. So that's why I became a mental health coach. But in the process of that, though, I still suffer from seasonal depression, ADHD. If y'all see me in the streets and I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off, because I can't sit still. And of course I have anxiety. So I function in life. I've been functioning in life by myself with meditation and just doing self healing and my divorce and everything. Getting outside has helped me tremendously, especially now because in December I had a lot of things going on in my life personally. Of course, like I said, divorced, getting over that, some family issues and things like that. My son health crises was a lot for me. I went extremely depressed and dark. And y'all wouldn't have not known it because I was still coming on Lady Birds of AFN. Hey y'all, whatever. I'm great. I'm having an amazing day. When I truly wasn't. I actually had to take some time off and not work for a while. It started December, and I took some leave, and I went back in March. But I had to buckle down. I did see a therapist because therapists need therapists. But I didn't feel like that was enough at this point. I needed to see a psychiatrist. And they did get me right. And that was the best decision I could make for myself. So I'm outside now because I almost wasn't hosting. I wasn't really doing much. I'll go to a couple of games and this, that, and the other. But now I am hosting and putting myself out there. But for those people that struggle out there, get outside. Even if you sit on the porch and get some sun, if you don't do anything else, get outside, go for a walk. Do a lot of things.
And ask for
Because
help.
yes,
Ask for
ask
it.
for help.
I've been
Yeah.
a lot. I've been going to the beach a lot.
I saw that. I'm jealous. I wish I was by the beach because you be wondering sometimes
Ooh.
people that live by the beach if they get tired of the beach. But if you enjoy the beach like I do, it's
But
therapeutic.
yes.
It's therapeutic.
Oh, I can't wait till Friday.
She's going on a cruise, so she's
An
already ready to
8-day
be on the
cruise.
beach.
I got dolphins the other day.
You did what with dolphins?
Yeah, there was like 10 or 15 of them out by the water where we were swimming.
Wow.
Yeah.
You swam with the dolphins?
I didn't swim with them. I wasn't all the way out with them.
Yeah, I would have been. I would have been like, they're cute, but they're doing all this flipping. No, get away, get away.
Flashing. It was low tide, so I think they were out there trying to find their dinner or lunch or whatever you want to call it. So, but it was so nice. And then my son's summer, so that's why we've been going a lot too. So, and then the oldest one, he's been coming. So,
okay,
boys.
It's good exercise. It's good sun because a lot of people don't realize you think you're you don't have any energy. It's like you got to get that vitamin D. You got to get out there and get that sun and the natural vitamin D.
In years, and I made the mistake and went the first time without suntan lotion.
Woo. I got about 2 I got that packed. Sorry, packed.
Well, I learned my lesson, but it was pretty bad. I couldn't move because it was that bad, and I was only out there for 2 hours. I wasn't even out there that long.
Okay, so I want to change the tune up a bit because this is going to be an interesting segment. I think we're going to probably get some commentary about this one. So, Julio Jones. There's some other news out there that, of course, we all love Julio Jones. I know there's a lot of people pretty much was in their feelings about how everything went down, but apparently Julio Jones has not forgotten about Atlanta. Nope. So, the announcement is that so he has Jones has partnered with music icon Nelly to purchase the Atlanta franchise known as the Atlanta Ballers. The celebrity-backed team made its opening debut in the league in, of course, June 2026. Basically, is the acronym is BLW. Okay. Hold on. Why BB? I don't know. I don't know why I'm thinking BBL and all that, but BLW, Big League Wiffle Ball. Fox 5 did announce that. And also outside just professional bowling, outside of his new ownership role, Jones has been actively training to compete as a professional bowler investing in over $20,000 to refine his skills in the sport. Did anybody know that?
I saw
Wow.
bowling. I saw it on, I think it was Instagram.
I mean, so with that being said, of course, now, Sandra, because of course we've heard our commentary from Karina and everybody else. Now I'll circle back around to you, and fans, put it in the chat as well. Now that we've kind of just we've let it go. We love you, Julio Jones, because you are one of the greatest players. That is Hall of Fame caliber. I just wish that, the injuries didn't kind of ruin, have him leave early. And then, of course, the conversation he had when he kind of got his mouthpiece out there and retired with Roddy White and them, where he just kind of was being honest just about how it was to be an Atlanta Falcon. It made more sense to, his decisions to take his talents elsewhere. Our fan base was kind of up and down about the situation. I know I was in my feels about it, and I'm doing my public apology to you, Julio Jones, because I was just how could you? How dare you? That was like, you're losing a lover. And it's like, oh my God, you just tore my heart away. You just said, forget it. It's like you're talking about the next girlfriend on TV. And it's like, oh my God, I didn't even know we was breaking up. One of those type of things. Who are you talking about? So Sandra, with the professionalism of what he's doing with this new league and also kind of brushing up on his bowling skills. And speaking of bowling, I'm hosting bowling at Lucky Strikes in Marietta for Pride. Now everybody is welcome. It's they're doing unlimited bowling from 11 to 1. Y'all come out and show up with me. It's unlimited bowling for 2 hours. Show up. You can wear your pride. You don't have to wear your pride, but if you're an ally, show some love. That's what it's going to be about. So I'm going to be getting my bowling on. I ain't Julio, Julio Jones right now. I might have to have some gutter balls, but
I'd beat Julio Jones. I'm good at bowling.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if
No, I'm the one. I'm the one that's gonna grab the ball, go to the front, and then bend over and then throw it.
Right.
In the league.
Okay.
You know what? You don't say it something now because I'm trying. I'm thinking about it's next week, but I'm gonna start doing more bowling. So I do want to kind of get some custom made shoes and coming in with my little ball in there and get some practice on because bowling is fun.
It is.
I mean, I did it for my birthday last year. I did bowling, and I enjoyed. And I said I wanted to do like an Atlanta Falcons Nation competition, so we can do like the guys against the girls or something like that, where we sign up for teams where they pick. Of course, it's fan participating. So whoever comes to bowling, we'll have guys against the girls, the Lady Birds against the fellas, and we could just have a bowl out. I think that would be great. So be on the lookout for an announcement to that. Maybe we can do one before the season starts just to kind of get out there and get some adrenaline out there because we over here missing football right now.
Man, I'm sick. I'm sick.
So we can do some bowling, and of course I want to do some putt golf too. So being an event host, I'm hosting a lot of different things that is not just partying and all that. Not I'm an auntie at this point. I'm tired, so clubs. Even though I turned up for my birthday this year,
she
but
turned up, y'all. She turned up.
I won't be doing that next year. I'll be on somebody's cruise. Looking off at the balcony, ignoring everybody. That's what I'll be doing next year.
I was a witness. She turned up, y'all. She turned up.
She's still recovering from this weekend?
I'm fine, actually. Well, not really. I hosted a bingo. I did Pride karaoke at Urban Pie yesterday, and I didn't get home until 12 because they had the NBA Finals playing also. So I am on 2 hours of sleep right now.
Oh my goodness!
But
I know the feeling.
I'm going to bed after this, and I appreciate Michael Turner, if in case you're late to the show, for coming on today. If you missed it, rewind it back. I'm going to clip it and post it so you can catch that part of it. It was an amazing interview, and I shot my shot. So I'm pushing it to be actually on his show one day. Him and Ovi at Believe.
And they're so cool. I see them in the Dirty Bird's nest. They are so cool.
They really are cool. Like, just, I love players. Like you said to him, you thank him for just being a humbled player. You know, there are some players unmentioned that I've had on my interviews that was a diva, and I had to go through an agent to talk to you, and you just, but we're not going to say the name there. But I did have this individual on the show. I reached back out to that person. Of course, it was like, I'm going to just look at it and not say anything. So I do appreciate players that actually take the time and you know, show appreciation to our fans, because we're just excited to meet them. You know, and they might be excited to be recognized, because a lot of the players that have come on Atlanta Falcons Nation is the way, even though this was an interview per se, but a lot of times I also like to bring them in as just a part of the panel where we can have an open discussion. And, you know, like John Abraham, he was like, I just like it. Can I cuss? Can I be myself here?
Yeah,
I really like to hear journalists have been on the show. Tori, Kelly. I've had some Miles Garrett. I've had quite a few significant people that are with the Falcons, but they could have told my little old self, nah, you ain't, you know, what's your numbers looking like? But no, they're coming on our shows, and doing that is definitely
there's of them that love the fans too. Right. I have 12 of them on Twitter that go back and forth. Or Sanu, actually, he follows me, and he goes, talks, and like, he cares about his fans.
Oh yeah, he be liking all my stuff. Michael Turner shared the link that I posted about our show. They don't have to do that. They don't. And speaking of Sanu, I owe it to him for a re-show, because, you know, he was limited the last time we interviewed him. He's so soft-spoken, you know, but he's a blessing. He's a beautiful person. What he's doing with that training camp, his mother in Africa, the business they have out there as well. It's just these players, because I want to highlight what they're doing now. We talk about their football career and things like that. That's why it's like, what are you doing now? You know, how do you feel about this? And tell me just a little bit more about what's current for you, because what's life after football?
Yeah.
You know, because there's a lot of players that are going through it mentally because of the concussions and things like that. That's why I'm glad to see Tua he says he feels better. You can just tell in his interviews, he's just excited he even said it. He was like, you know, because everybody want to push that it's a competition. It's a competition. Yes, it is. It truly is. But he said, I'm here to also help mentor Penix. And he's helping me, even though there's not an age gap there. But, you know, you need a player to lean on, a player that plays the same position, regardless of who's going to be number one. When was the last time we had a great backup? No matter the situation, two significant players that left-handed by you.
Left-handed, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That we, you know, if we can have a healthy Tua, where we give Penix a chance to kind of condition himself in and things like that, we can handle this quarterback situation a lot better. Because I just feel like, you know, shout out to Desmond Ritter. Is it Desmond Ritter? Oh Lord, I'm forgetting his name now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know, he don't left the team. I've got the man name. Sorry. But I felt like he didn't get the due diligence of just really being developed. I mean, and it could be, you know, him as a player as well. You know, maybe it was difficult to develop him, because of course right now I don't think he's having as much success at the moment. And I wish him all the best. But I felt that he definitely was let down as far as the development with the coaching staff when he was here.
I feel about how Penix was last year. I think he was with that. And I'm happy to see, because I didn't never hear Cousins talk like Tua has with mentoring and I know they talked. I know Cousins and Penix were talking, but I don't feel they had that connection. I don't think they had a connection of, you know, Cousins wanted to be Cousins. That's how I felt.
Right. Right.
But we'll get into that later.
But also I had to kind of sit here and get out my personal opinions about it.
Yeah.
When you look at how it went down, Desmond Trufant, don't you say that.
Hey, I like Desmond Trufant.
I wasn't talking about Desmond Trufant. I was talking about Ritter. The fact that we did draft another quarterback where, we made a big deal about him and gave him all that lovely money that we had to eat. But it handled itself the best. I can say this. They did a heck of a job letting him go.
Yeah.
But the situation, it was kind of effed up. You finding out at the draft, like, guess what? We already getting your replacement right now. It was one of those, what are you saying? What are you doing? So I felt him and his wifey was like, nah, because y'all remember he went to where he was eating hot dogs. And they made a big deal over there in another state where they was like, oh, is he, getting ready to leave the Atlanta Falcons? Is somebody else interested in him? But somebody had to be bold enough and crazy enough to take on that contract as well.
Yeah. And the Raiders did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
mean, I'm watching my best though. I wouldn't mind seeing how it plays. I like to see what our former quarterbacks do. See what they're doing, and from there. But of course, you're no longer a Falcon, so we're not going to hold too much conversation about it. But Miss Karina, what are your thoughts on just that situation? Just the carousel of quarterbacks we've had over the past few years, just Ritter and I'm going to call him Marietta because, oh Lord, it just was a mess. It was a mess. And we just didn't know what to expect with these Falcons when it came to those quarterback situations. But I feel like they're better equipped now to kind of handle it a lot better. But Karina, what are your thoughts about just all of that?
I think too, I think they probably have a lot more in common. They're closer in the same age group, so they can relate better with our team. Like with Drake and all of them, they bond well. So I think even Tua coming along, it just makes it more of a better energy for all of them. Kirk O was older, more mature, so he probably couldn't relate to them as much. Of course, he's gonna do the job because he's getting paid for it. But I think with our group now, with our team now, you can see a lot more unity and a lot more of them speaking out more and saying, "Hey, I care. I want to be here. Hey, I want to support him. I hope he does well." It's not like, well, oh, he got this, why I didn't get it. It's more of like, hey, you got it, bro, good. I hope you get it. You got it. All right, great. We just gonna still do this thing, and you can almost feel it and see it. And I don't think we haven't had that in a while. It was more just like, okay, yeah, we got him. Yeah, we're portraying this, but it was almost like, well, they're just saying behind closed doors.
I can say though, last year I had higher expectations based off the draft and everything. I was excited because it was like they're finally listening to picking the players. And then of course this draft, amazing. New, like we just did a whole overall of you get out of here, clean all y'all lockers, including you, Raheem Morris. So with that,
like Raheem, but yeah,
I'm excited to kind of see, what I'm seeing it already. Matt Ryan just being an influence, like And I said that, yeah, well, I don't know if Sandra was watching it, but I said, don't somebody argue me down. You know, Matt Ryan said he's gonna let the coaches coach and the GM. I said, that's a player. That is a former football player, a quarterback. I think he's itching to get back out there. So he's out there on the field. They were saying he's, throwing passes.
Yeah.
He's working, he's working with the team. So
Mm-hmm.
don't tell me that he's not going to have a huge influence. And I think it was Tua that said it's been amazing to have him right there as a mentor to kind of bounce off ideas with him. And then, of course, what they're doing is they're running the same routes. They're doing the same things. They're learning the same everything. Because we just wanted to be where whatever the situation may be, it's not one of those like Kirk Cousins situations where you about to kill somebody throwing the ball because now they got to go right-handed and
yeah.
He's a leader who doesn't mind getting his hands dirty, and that matters a lot in anything you do. The leader, sometimes you have the leaders who are like, okay, yes, I'm the leader, and I'm going to walk around, and you're going to do as I say. And he's one of the ones, hey, you know what? Okay, I might be the leader, but hey, I'm going to get my hands dirty. Let me show you what we can do. Or let me get in there and help you and get, roughed up, even though he doesn't have to do that. So I think they respect that more, that he's hands-on versus just talking the talk, And he's open to the feedback.
Pitts,
Right.
Kyle Pitts is really excited about him being at the practices too, and him being there. There's a bunch of them that been talking about it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I love
that for them. I really do. The fact that he's really, like, literally, I'm not gonna say my age, but Matt Ryan is pretty much my age. And the fact that he has such a significant role of that caliber, but we knew it. We knew that he just studied the game differently. I remember, of course, I'm gonna put it out there, but remember when there was like the Peyton Manning rumors and things like to compare, some of the things. Y'all remember that when they was trying to, not saying, yeah, of course, y'all know how we have to be very disclaimer about things, but when he was starting to come out in the league, that was a little bit of conversation, a little buzz about that. But the fact that this man was always first to end in the locker room, he's interrupting wide receiver groups, meetings, and pointing out something like that. Hey, you see that? Fix it. Get set. Right now. And everybody like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and get you should, is this right? Do I, so, and to have that person to be able to kind of speak into the coaches and the players and say, you know what, I like what you got going on, but you know what, let me tell you from a perspective of a player, a quarterback. This is how you're going to develop this quarterback. This is how you're going to develop this player, because the important role is we got to protect our quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That's the major thing. We also got to build their confidence, surround them with mentors. And I love the fact that they are, now incorporating, speaking of mental health coaching, they're now have it where there's going to be more of mental health support for the players, because they need it. They need it. Even off the field, outside, when, because they put their lives at risk each and every day. Their mental. There's a lot of players no longer here, done crime, a lot of domestic violence. Some lead to, drugs, alcohol, because they suffered in silence. Like, shout out to John Abraham, that is very vocal about his addiction, where he even said it on the show one time. He was just like, it's actually, there is a period in my football career that I really don't even remember it. And I think he just spiraled one day, and he admitted himself into the hospital. And what he's doing actually is, and of course, that's a personal friend of mine. Now, this is not personal what he's told me. He's actually said this on the show. So some things I'll keep private, because it's a little bit more deeper. But my love for John Abraham grew because I reached out to him when I was going through another, mental health crises. And I seen his post when he was posting that he was in the hospital and this is my journey. He actually said that he's donating his brain to CTE and all the different brain injuries for research because that's important. So he's an advocate for that. And he also went just back and got his college degree. So because he said he wants to be, yes, the player, but he wants to also be known as a significant human being. So y'all follow John Abraham. He chewed me out because it took me forever to get him on the show. Because I mentioned it to him, but I was like, John, I'm just busy, man. Life is life, and I found it. So he gave it to me, and he tells me every time. See, I had to wait forever to get on Maggie T's show, Lady Birds and AFN.
Yeah.
But that's just a relationship that I love these players have. But he didn't have to answer that inbox of me going through my spiral. And I was like, John, I'm seeing that you're doing so much with your mental health. And oh my God. And I'm high strung as far as my everything. And I was just bloop, 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 bloop. And what he did was, here's a scripter. Here's what I read to help me with my mental health. You got this. Me and his now my name is Margaret and his mother name is Margaret. So we have that connection too. So he didn't have to answer that email. So I love to see that these players are heavily involved with the Falcons now, because that's one thing that they discuss. It's like we just want to feel important outside of football. You're just that guy that plays football, and some people kind of got on him about that, but it makes sense. It's like, what's beyond the football? That's all you recognize me for. That's why you got Sanu's and all these people that are definitely giving back to the community, youth camps, doing a lot more with their time versus being so much in trouble and all that. So I love it. So Sandra and Karina, so I want to switch it up. Is there anything else? Because like I said, I had been out in the streets last week. So I know Drake London extension. I'm trying to look up some more things. Is there anything else that I missed that you guys wanted to bring up that you've noticed? And fans, if you want to put in the chat, and then we'll probably get up out of here very soon. And I thank y'all for just always tuning in to us. And if I ain't too busy, we will be back Tuesday. Same time, 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to be a part of the show, definitely hit me up on social media, Maggie T Productions, or you can email MaggieTProductions@gmail and say, hey, I want to be a part of the panel and talk with you. So we call it a super fan series. Anybody's a super fan in my book. If you're spending the hard-earned money to go to these games, travel, and everything else, I commend all the, y'all, just what you do. Because you could be sitting in your living room saying, I ain't paying for nothing. But your hard-earned money, it goes into this team. And like he said, Michael Turner, he was like, fan participation and y'all being out there, it makes them play harder. Definitely.
Even if you're sitting in your living room, if you're buying jerseys and buying all kinds of Falcon stuff, you're still spending money on them.
Right.
So therefore, I consider that a diehard fan.
Right. I definitely do. So I like to highlight those diehard fans as well. So with that, Sandra, is there anything else that we may have missed? I know it's the off season, so it's not a lot of buzz.
I saw interview from Stefanski. I think it was yesterday I don't know if it was yesterday or Friday. Anyway, he was talking about James Pierce. They asked him if James Pierce was going to be at OTAs, and he said we will discuss that next week when the week is here. So I don't know what that meant. I don't know if he's going to be there, because I know James Pierce is actually in Atlanta working out.
Mm-hmm. So, I think with James Pierce, and I think he's just keeping it stop trying to keep getting me to answer these questions about James Pierce. I'm allowing the legal people to do their legal thing.
Right.
I will find out when we find out about that. But as far as him being in practice and everything else, it's still a legal process. So we don't know, because the NFL haven't made their decision yet.
Yeah.
So
they added on time to his the stuff that he's got to do for Florida in order to be cleared of everything. They added on to that. I think it's 12 months now.
So I think he's just being very hush hush about all of that. And I'm pretty sure he's sick and tired of talking about it, because it's like, with cases like that,
hard to talk
they
about.
encourage you to say, hey, I can't get into the legals of that, but hey, we'll play it by ear. I'm just going to see here, because I was trying to see some things. So here goes some updates right here. Oh, well, Karina, if you want to chime in about James Pierce Jr.'s update and things like that, then I'm going to get into some updates about the Falcons that in case you missed it, because I did miss it. But what do you think about James Pierce Jr.'s situation right now?
Well, with me and anything else, and some might think I'm wrong for saying this, when it comes to all the negativity surrounding anything, just about, I don't really care for. I know sometimes it has to be addressed, but I'm at the point, I'm like the coach, we're just going to wait till that time comes. When he gets ready to address us, he will. I mean, I've, made my comments about what I thought about it and maybe what he should do. But I'm at the point, let him do his time or whatever he has to do. And when they get ready to talk about it, trust me, it'll be breaking news. So the media asking about it every single time they talk to him, he's already made it clear he's not going to speak on it. He can't, or he's not. So let's just wait until we hear breaking news. James Pierce has something to say, or the attorney.
Yeah.
I'm not going to speak bad on it. Again, like I said, I hate that it happened, but it did happen. But you're not going to hear me keep dwelling on it and being negative on it. I do wish him the best, and I think with how the league is going with trying to have help there and mental, therapists and the coaches and everyone help him and the other team players, I think that's a good thing. He'll have to he'll have to suffer the consequence for whatever's going to happen, but things happen, and I hate that it got to that point. So that's all I'm going to say about it. And that's on anything. So it's not because he's just a Falcons player, but those who know me know I'm not one to dwell on all that negative stuff. I want to just move forward, because I had my taste of that this past weekend. So I'm going to keep it positive.
No negativity for Karina.
Mm-mm.
And because I want to reiterate, we was talking about this, all of us on the Lady Birds recently, because we brought it up. I can say this, especially how the case went and how all the charges kind of, it just made me show that, of course, they're young, y'all. Y'all were young and dumb a long time ago, and y'all love each other, you hate each other, you're toxic, but you're back together. We miss each other. I'm gonna drop the restraining order because I love you, but I can't look at you because, and then, hey, big head, let's go ahead and hook up tomorrow, and then I can't look at you to so, and yes, I was that young and dumb person. That's how my children got here, but and they're blessings. I love them, but it was one of those situations, and I've had my share of reacting in a way that wasn't nice, because it was my hands on a certain person because of things. But I can say I don't judge nobody, because I've been there. I do throw hands when I have to, when it comes down to treatment. Now, I can say it's because I wanted to. It wasn't because they were, with me, whatever. I honestly felt that people were intimidated by me. I wish you would raise a hand. I wish you would any of that.
Yeah.
That part. For facts.
So,
But
but
you
but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let you go, Karina.
know.
But just basically, we just can't judge it by just what it's put out there. We don't know the sides of both of it. And to me, it might have not been as bad as they was trying to make it out to be. And I think the judge was like, "Come on, y'all, we
Yeah,
wasting tax dollars for this."
I'm kind of leaning towards that. I'm not judging him and I'm not judging her, but I feel like there was not enough evidence and she said there was more in that situation. But that's just me. I was in a similar situation and I got out that situation.
Yes.
So everybody's different.
And every exactly. So it's like, and that's what I mean. It's like we really don't know what it is. It could be, it can be even more worse than we know behind the scenes. Now I've had verbal abuse, definitely, and I know I held on to relationships through that verbal abuse because it broke me down, and I realized I stayed longer than I should have. So for the people, it's like, why won't you leave and why won't you do that? It's not just that easy, people. It's your self-esteem, all of that. People will manipulate and hurt, and words are powerful, even if it's not physical. All the above. So, like I said, I'm a mental health coach. If you ever just need somewhere safe to talk, and of course, women and men, because it happens to both. You're looking for an escape route, text me Pizza Hut or whatever the case may be, or whatever we can do to help you. And that's one thing. They did say you can call like the police department and act like you're ordering pizza or something like that. And what's happening is you stay on that line. What they're doing is checking your location. And and I think when you're doing it from a cell phone, like if anybody ever called because I have to call sometime the ambulance for my son, so I have to call 911, and because it was around the time he was just having a lot of my daughter and everything. So I'm used to how 911 works on the phone, where if you are having a crisis, they have it where your phone can be set up to where it tracks all the activity, and it's in phone police mode. And then a lot of times it's like, stay there. We're not hanging up until somebody's, the officer will be there. So so if you're ordering pizza, mind you, just take this and rewind this. Anybody, they will come out and and that person won't know it. And then of course there's resources I can provide you, or just reach out to anybody as best as you can. But just find a safe way of doing so, but just do it the best way you can. Okay. And I don't judge anybody that's still in that situation. Just listen to this. If you don't get anything else from this episode, get out. Get out. And we're gonna keep it real. Yeah, we're gonna definitely these topics always kind of get a little personal. But I do it because somebody is listening to this like, man, I learned something today. I can relate, and it's going to help me get out of my situation, and everything. So, and it said, wouldn't say Jackson was lying. I believe she may had been guilty as well, and maybe the aggressor. And you never know. That's what I'm saying. We don't know what the situation may be. So it's like I don't point the fingers at just one person.
There's
Because
always
us women, we can be aggressive too and be beating up folks and or provoking it. I've seen women that just want to get in your face and finger pointing. I'm not gonna come down. And it's like, I told you, leave me alone now. Leave me alone now. Then you don't leave them alone now. And then that reflex reaction. And it's like, oh my God, I'm crying. And oh my God. Speaking of, oh no, I ain't even gonna do it because that's just a whole other story. We have a certain significant person in a certain section of the Falcons that has some controversy going on right now. What's happening, Karina? What's happening? Have you seen it?
What? What did I
you
miss?
haven't seen it?
She's like, what? What did I
Oh,
Sandra, have you seen it?
oh, I know what you're talking about. I'm not gonna speak on that until I know for
miss?
sure.
My own little world at the beach and watching the Braves.
And that's why I said, I was like, I'm not going to open up the can of worms of that conversation, because we just have to make sure all the facts and stats are out in
That's why
that
I'm not going to say
situation.
anything.
But he is definitely a very prominent person in radio, Falcons, all that.
Hawk.
Hogs, yes. Um, that's where we're gonna leave it. So just I don't have anything to say until
Now you're gonna make me want to go look and dig.
that part. Now I'm gonna do my research now.
In the middle
Yeah.
of it to go look and see what you're talking about. So now you're gonna have my brain working.
Oh, so you don't know what I'm talking about?
No.
I know what she's talking about.
I'm
Because
gonna put it in
look,
the chat. I'll put it
I
in
had
the
some
group
folks
chat.
call me. Some folks called me trying to get information, and I was like, not speaking on that. Not gonna.
She's actually in the Dirty Bird Nest section with Pastor Troy. And there is a certain person that's very important in that section. That there are some allegations out there about some domestic things with
Yes.
their spouse, with pictures of evidence of these things. So, but it's a lot of cattiness right now between all the parties, and accusations of this and that and the other, and this person's. It's so I'm going to put it in the chat, Sandra, so you can go do your rabbit hunt, so you can see what I'm talking about. But in case y'all don't know, I'll repost it on my social media. But we will be up here all night. Oh, 3:30. Of course, you had to say the name. We would try not to, but since you put it out there in the universe, people, Big Tigger is in a lot of controversy right now. Just had a baby, all that great stuff, and he is the Dirty Bird Nest section hype man and all that. And I've gotten pictures with this guy.
Now that the name, I heard about it. I haven't I really don't pay attention to I stay away from that stuff.
Right. I mean, because that's rich people business. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let that do what it do. Now, if this was my Candid Room show, we would get all up into it, and we probably will. This is kind of, but I'm gonna wait till I do my due diligence and research.
Bijan's contract's coming up.
Bijan's contract is coming up. Definitely. Well deserved as well.
Yes.
How they're going to maneuver that is the question, because they was like, we got to pay Drake, we got to pay Bijan, we got now, Sandra, with that being said, and then this is going to be probably the last conversation we'll have for tonight, then we're going to close this one on out.
Okay.
Paying Bijan. You think BBL because you need to you know what?
What's up, fam? Big Country Low. What's up?
Big Low.
Big Low.
I don't need that. I'm perfectly fine with what my mother did not give me. Okay. I can't shake what my mother thought she tried to give me. That went to my twin sister. That's just, thanks, Big Low. Okay. Allegedly. Right. As far as Big Tigger, allegedly. So, like I said, we're not going to stir too much into that conversation too much, because this is a women's led show. So, of course, we can really get into it, but we're not going to do it because that's not our business. We'll just let it play on out, and I hope everybody does the same, because we just don't know. But Mr. Big Low, country.
Big low.
Because he was in a one-room schoolhouse where he grew up at. It's okay. I get your jab. I definitely get your jab. It said Bijan coming up. Divine Bergeron. Hold on, let me put this up here because I can't see it.
Diablo, talking about Divine Diablo.
Yep. Dorlis, Lindstrom, Kirk, Tua, Jesse. Woo.
I think
So go ahead.
He's gonna get paid. He's gonna get paid.
Mm-hmm.
And also,
and I guess my question is, while you're thinking about that, I guess because Big Low don't distracted me. Who's not getting paid and who's getting let go because of these getting paid?
Well,
where do you think this is going?
With Bijan, he's still on his rookie contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, with the contract, with his contract that they're going to sign him, it won't start right away. I don't think, will it? I don't think it will.
I gotta go look at the details. Let me see, because this is
deserves it. So, but I think it's gonna go not with Bijan, but the other players that were mentioned. I think that's gonna be determined on how they play this year. I hope they keep Diablo because I love Diablo. Bergeron, I think they will re-sign because he's been really good to me. He's got his mistakes, but I think he's been really good.
He's been really good.
Pitts is a question mark up in the air. I know they franchise tagged him. It'll be another year, what he does and if he plays like he did last year.
Right.
Who else? I don't know who else.
And so, basically what Bijan is, we already exercised his 5th year option for 2027 and keeping him under team control through 2027. Ian said publicly that Robinson's future is priority and an extension discussion were expected after the draft. Current projections around the league suggest he can probably get 20 to 25 million per year is likely. He could become the highest paid running back in NFL history. One projected from CBS Sports estimated 3 years, 75 million with 45 million guaranteed, which would reset the running back market. So of course, already know he's coming off historic seasons, led the NFL with nearly 2,300 scrimmage yards, earned first team All-Pro honors, has become the centerpiece of course, we already know it, of Atlanta's offense. Timeline to watch though, after locking up Drake London through 2030. Oh my gosh. When my kids graduated, they was like the year of something. I was like, oh my God, what? It just sounds so weird, but they expect Bijan to be the next major Falcons extension. Negotiations are reportedly underway, and a deal before training camp or before week 1 will not be surprising. I guess my question, to the fans and everything else, would you give Bijan the highest paid running back contract? Is it well deserved?
Yes,
absolutely.
Very well.
Yes, absolutely. And on top of everything you mentioned, he's also big in the volunteering community. He does a lot with volunteering. At the Big Brother Big Sister event with the Fashion 7, he was one of the what you call it? I guess the top donators. I mean, people who gave donations. He was one of the top ones that gave. He wasn't there, but they did mention him for being one of the top ones to give a donation. He does a lot in the community for reading, for homeless, for everything. So on top of that, I think he's just awesome.
He's just that.
He's just that.
He's that man. That's what it is. Like that, Mom, there goes that man. That's that man. Like there he goes. He's him, or whatever the young folks saying now. He's him. He's the birthday or whatever the heck they be saying now. Like, what is up with all these? He's the birth. I'm glad nobody came up to me and say, "You the birthday." I would have looked at y'all like, "Huh? What the extra letter? Extra word at? Because what? I'm the birthday.
Birthday.
Like I'm glad nobody said that to me, and I appreciate y'all for just saying happy birthday. Actually, happy birthday, the way it's supposed to be.
In person, the sweetest person that you will ever meet.
Yes, yes, you're right.
I got
you got to meet him. Okay, did you go to the game to meet him, or
No, that's how I met Karina.
Okay,
it was at the Grove here. So it was like a fan fest thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. You look that so by that time, let's see, I have about probably 10 pictures with him, about 6 of them on Atlanta Falcons page, and about 2 interviews with him. Because every time I go somewhere, go to a game, they always catch us too, and he'll say, "There go Smiley," and he'll always sign something for me. He'll be like, "Hey, there you go again." So they were like, he talked to you like you after signings at the Atlantic Station, all of that. We were on TV. They did an interview, and they were had him and then myself, and we're talking, and then we were on at the draft part, at the pep rally, I think 2 years ago. He was walking off and he signed my jersey. He was like, "Hey, it's you again." And he came all the way back around, signed my jersey again, and they had it on the Falcons page again. It was like, "Wait a minute." He said, "We keep ending up on the Falcons page together." I said, "Yeah, I know." And yeah.
You know my name.
I love it.
Yeah, he's cool.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do the last notes because I need to bring that back. I haven't done this in a while where I kind of give like around the Falcons League updates and news and things like that. So, anything that we've missed. Of course, we talked about Michael Penix Jr. earlier, but we didn't talk about his recovery. Penix continues to make strong progress in his recovery. He's participating in throwing drills and 7-on-7 work. And Kevin Stefanski indicated that he could be back in full 11-on-11 action during mandatory mini camp next week. The expectation is that he'll be fully cleared by training camp, and that's by the Falcoholic. That's the update they put there. And of course, back to Drake London again. He gets paid, signed a massive 4-year, $141 million extension with $100 million guaranteed. The deal keeps him in Atlanta, like I said, to 2030. This says a few names generating buzz in OTAs. So some OTAs stand out. We got Deshaun Hand has impressed coaches, the defensive line, and earned the nickname Kingpin. Rookie Kendall Daniels, linebacker, is progressing in rehab after starting OTAs in a walking boot. Corner Billy Bowman Jr. Continues recovering from an Achilles injury, but is making progress. So kind of still, day to day on that situation. And then here's the next important update. Mandatory minicamp is scheduled for June 16th through 18th in Flowery Branch. That's expected to be the biggest checkpoint yet for Penix recovery and the quarterback battle. So that's kind of some of the things that's highlighting out there. And the Falcons can finally end their playoff drought if all goes well. If they develop these players and everybody is healthy and we don't go to Miami. Are we playing in Miami?
Yes, preseason. Preseason after the Colts game.
Is that there or home?
It's there because I already booked for it.
Oh my goodness. Oh God. Yeah. Y'all know about their field, man.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, it's the 2 preseason games ended. The Colts and then Miami. Yeah. So I was right. Yeah.
Are they going to have the joint practice with them this year?
They are.
They typically do.
Yeah, Miami as well.
I know they usually do Miami every year.
So Miami there for the practice and then preseason second game. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. It says, I expect Stefanski to give him a lot more carries. I just pray for a healthy season for number 7. And that's definitely what we are expecting. I don't know why your comments not highlighting, but and shout out to Trenton for all the beautiful comments, things like that. He said, I love the updates, Maggie, because as much as I keep up, I haven't heard the news on Daniel and Penix. Thank you. I love the show. And that's why I said I used to do like the news updates and all that, but I'm a busy woman. So I gotta kind of get my news and read it. And so I always have my notes before I come on the show. And what I'll do is now, instead of just having open discussion and talking about it, I actually will do like a segment where I give you guys the news and updates. So be expecting a lot more of that. So for those that are, busy on the road, can't keep up, I'll keep bringing that in. And that's what y'all like, to bring the news and updates. As I'm gearing into media. So I'm, Falcons content creating, but I'm actually getting my door open for sports media. And I'm going to reiterate this again because we're getting ready to lock this up, and I'm going to let y'all say y'all last thoughts. But I am now partnered with KB Sports Media. They are connected with 100.9 the Blaze, and I think they're in Fayetteville. It's the radio station. So we took over Urban Pie because there just was women that said, hey, we want a bar where we can go as ladies to go watch the WNBA game, and we're not sitting in the corner looking at a little small TV getting knocked down by the tray cart, because they're like, nah, your game is not important. We talk about this game over here. So shout out to Jolene, Urban Pie out there in Kirkwood. Sadly, there's only 2 women's bars that's showing WNBA games. Now they're showing it in other places, but not where it's we encouraging women to come in and watch. And we actually have a watch party tonight. I just couldn't be a part of it because of course we had Michael Turner interview. But we show all WNBA games at Urban Pie. And I'm there to help bring more women that love sports. Of course, we'll be incorporating Falcons and all that. But of course, fellas, this is a women's owned bar, but it's not a all women's sports bar, if that makes sense. But the highlight is, yes, we will highlight a lot more women's sports. But with that being said, at one of the watch parties, I was able to get an opportunity to speak on the radio during their watch party, where in between the Atlanta Dream game, because she does the press conferences and things like that. I was able to get on there and actually talk about the Falcons, because she was just basically, hey, what's coming up for the Falcons and what's going on with you. And that felt good, y'all. That felt good because that's been my biggest dream. I've been doing this for 6 years. It's like, I really want to be media. I really want to be Pam out there on the field. Drake London. So what do you think about this? And now I have the right mentors that's helping me sharpen my tools to be able to pitch myself one day and say, hey, I want to get a media pass. I would like to be in that with D-Lay and asking questions and asking the right questions, because because we be in the chat like, ask this question. Y'all somebody need to be viewing the channel, because they be just be asking. Anyway, excuse me, I'm trying to get there. I'm gonna leave it there. But if y'all can find me on social media, Maggie T Productions, anywhere, everywhere. And then of course you'll be seeing me on a show network very soon. I'll give you guys the details on that very, very soon. Shout out to Roku TV and Fire TV. You might be seeing a familiar face. Just putting it out there.
Roku.
So with that being said, ladies, and thank you, ladies. C, I love seeing. I'm glad you was able to catch us today. If you, like I said, if you didn't catch the Michael Turner interview that was earlier, the first 30 minutes of the show, 35 show, go back and rewatch that. But I'm going to clip that part and make sure it's posted. But of course, my lovely ladies, it's been an amazing show tonight. I'm glad you did join me because it was a great conversation. And I don't know if you did notice that they did a nice little upgrade, and I'm thinking maybe they finally got my emails and cuss outs and say, get this together, because I'm taking my talents to another streaming service. So we've been good today. Like, no drop off, no audio issues. I was praying. I was like, I got Michael Turner today. I even told Michael Turner, I said, I might be testing out a new platform. He said they use StreamYard. I learned that today. Him and Ovi on their show, I believe they use StreamYard. He told me that before the show. I didn't know that. So we doing something right in former football players using this thing. But y'all got to get y'all updates together, StreamYard. I'm calling you out because it's been a hot mess where people got to come in and out because I can't hear you. I can't see you. What's happening? And it says, let's see. Trainer Daniel Flick, the new beat writer, taking over for the okay. Taking over for the bow tie. Okay.
I like Daniel.
So we're gonna, yes, I do too. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we've held y'all a little longer than I expected, but I love when a good conversation goes on. We'll start you off with Miss Karina. You know what, Karina, just like I do with Christina, I say, Christina, what's your comedy show lineup is? Miss Karina, what you got going on? You know, where in the world is Karina San Diego? You know, where you going? Where you going?
Well, this week I will be on a cruise with the Rise Up Tour fan club. We're going to the Bahamas, Puerto Rico. So it's the last finale cruise, 8 days. So we actually fly out Friday. Some of us are leaving out Friday to spend a day in Miami. Then we'll set sail, and I will be catching another 10 and repping my Falcons in another country. That part, because wherever I go, I'm gonna be Falcon down. So all my bathing suits got Falcon attire, all my outfits, something's Falcon attire. We have a luau party. I'm wearing red Falcon attire. It's gonna be Falcon up. I don't care. I rep all year long about my Falcons. I'm just sorry. I'm a super fan. Love my Atlanta Falcons. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, but that's where I'll be at. And then when I come back, I will be volunteering for the World Cup. I got my accreditation last week. So I will be at the bins, you know, thinking about football season starting, but I'll be there supporting the World Cup when I come back from my cruise.
Girl. I mean, I just want to be with you when I grow up, you know, because Karina be in the streets.
Yeah, then this weekend I was at the concert, at the blues concert, my Falcon stuff. Someone commented about that. So thank you for that. My outfit, I was feeling cute because I had that customized by my the cleaners. I was like, I need you to falconize my outfit for me, please. So yes.
My son.
Yes. So but yeah,
he probably said it's time to go, Mom. So Mom, let's go ahead and give your last thoughts and everything, and tell everybody where to find you.
Okay. My last thoughts. I can't wait till next week. We'll have more information about the Falcons. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. I'm everywhere. And
go ahead.
You're enjoying your cruise, Karina, and you're getting your rest, Maggie. You say hi to my daughter.
Please, because I'm going to bed. I'm going to eat, and I'm falling out. So.
Yes, you can find me on social media. I'm not on everything. I'm on, like Facebook mostly and Instagram, but I'm simple as Superfan Karina. And I want to shout out the Lady Birds Nest, where you can find me in section 122, representing our Falcons over there in the hype section, where we jumping all over the place, cutting up. And then when I go to the away games, you'll probably see me with the Rise Up Tour fan club. And if you see me on the streets, you can speak, follow me on social media. A lot of folks follow me to see what I'll be doing when I go to these trips. And I appreciate Maggie T for, having me as part of the AFN Lady Birds. And on Thursdays, I'm with T Will on their sports content, talking about other sports. And I really just appreciate anyone that, supports me on my journey, whether it's health, volunteering, or just keeping the positivity. Because sometimes people try to tear you down when you walk around with a smile all the time. And I'm gonna let you know you're gonna lose every time, because I'm gonna find a reason to celebrate life and live, because life is why. I do what I do.
You unapologetically is what it is. I don't care what you think about me because I'm happy.
That part. And it takes less muscles to smile than to frown. I'm trying to save my muscles because I got these 5Ks coming up. So yeah, I gotta save I gotta save my muscles, honey, because I've been working and working it out.
People cannot stand seeing other people happy that are not happy with their own life.
That part. And look, I tell everybody celebrate your wins. Like Maggie T, when I tell people I'm genuinely happy for you, I am. I mean, because your path is your path. You know, right now, I just posted yesterday, I said, everyone has a purpose. You might not know what it is yet, but we all have a purpose. I'm still trying to find out my purpose, but I know it's to be great in whatever I do and just to live a good life like my father raised me to do, you know.
You know what, Karina? I can tell you what your purpose is. I'll tell you. You are a I feel like when you walk in a room, it's just you pretty much, if you're having a bad day, you're cheering up, you know, when Karina comes in. You know, the fact that you said you don't have children and you're being, you know, you want to be a mentor. You're just hype, you're supportive, like that post you made about you attending the Pride 5K, and it, you know, of course I did look at those posts, but I'm used to that, you know, because you know that's who I am. This is who I identify as. That's why we did Pride karaoke on Mondays. It's like I am who I am, you know. And Karina truly embraces that. She goes to some of the events that I go to, you know. She's she's definitely an advocate for love is love, definitely. So you are a influencer. Your journey as far as what you do in the community, volunteering, the weight loss journey, just being bubbly and dancing and keeping it going, it's contagious. So feel like, and this is just not because I'm biased, but it's just more of people, you just never know what a smile can do for somebody. You never know what a compliment can do for somebody. People want to compete and be jealous and hate because, oh, you always, but it's like, because I'm living the best life for myself. You can be in the crab in the bucket over there in your miserable way, but I'm not going to let you bring me down.
Right.
And that's who Karina is. That's who she represents. So now you can figure out your purpose, but that's who I see you as. And sometimes we have to hear it from other people, because people tell me all the time, Maggie, you're doing such an amazing job. It's like, oh, you know, sometimes it's like, it's kind of a humbling thing. It's like, well, I mean, I'm doing it, you know, I'm enjoying it. But when people come up to me and say, hey, I watch your show because, you know, I heard something what you said the other day, and it really brought me through my depression. I've had people say that to me. They said, Maggie, I come in there and watch and laugh and kick it with y'all because coming on to Atlanta Falcons Nation, I feel like a part of a family. Coming to the events, I feel loved. And of course, you already know the trials and errors I had to make this happen over here, people. It was a lot going on where I had to clean up quite a bit, but I am definitely glad that I did, because now the doors are opening up for Miss Maggie T to where I can be where I want it to be. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Even the ones that don't like it. Your view is also making sure that I'm the algorithm is picking me up. So we thank you. That's my nice mean Gemini, but that's my nice nasty. But but let's get up out of here. Yeah, it's been 2 hours and 30 minutes, and I've been on 2 hours of sleep. So
go get some rest.
I'm getting some sleep. Good night, folks. Bye. And go back and watch Michael Turner in the beginning, you guys. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Hit the alert button so you won't, because I will be having other former players coming back since it's still the off season. I like to grab them up while they ain't doing nothing. So be on the lookout for more players to come, and maybe some sports journalists and everything else. Okay. All right. Good night, people.
Good night.
Peace.
Good night. Rise up.
If I can end this stream.
Mhm.
Oh my God, it's just crazy.